Hey, how you guys doing tonight? I don't really know what time it is, so don't mind me. Um, so there's some messages that are coming in regards to you knowing who you are. Okay, it's important for you to know who you are and what you stand for, and how easily people can sway you to do this or that, or to make you change your mind in something you have a firm belief in. Okay, so this is something that you need to kind of check yourself on and see where you're at, because some people don't have the same willpower as another person. People like me, like I was a loner, I spend a lot of my time by myself. So there's really not much that somebody can say to me to sway me this way or that way. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. But other people get swayed very easily. So you need to make sure that you're standing in your power and you're being true to yourself and whatever it is that you're doing or that you have going on at this time. Okay? Now, for the reading, again, I just laughed because they confirmed what I said. So, again, the energy is interchangeable. We have divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Take it how it resonates, and it doesn't have to be you. It could be someone in your energetic field that's going through these situations. Now, Spirit wants you to show people who you really are, okay? And it's easy for us to get lost in all these situations when we're dealing with people, especially if the people we're dealing with are controlling people or they have some type of insecurity that prevents you from rising, okay? Because they're holding you back. Tripiando, how are you? Hi, Jen. So it's important for you to always stand in your power and be true to yourself, okay? Because it's easy for us to be like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, or I don't want to do that. And okay, I get it, but at the same time, at what point do your feelings matter? At what point do you take yourself into consideration and put yourself as a priority? It can't always be about protecting somebody else's feelings or making sure somebody else is comfortable when you're uncomfortable. You can't be in a situation where you're walking on eggshells. That's not a healthy environment. Not at work, not at home, not anywhere, okay? Hey, Andrew, what's up? So just make sure that you're tending to yourself, okay? Because you can't really be happy in a situation, especially if it's a relationship. Hi, Omar. How are you? You can't really be happy. And Aquarius is coming out here a lot. You can't be happy in a situation if you're not being true to yourself, because if you're with someone who has a short temper or they have their own shit and you have to walk on eggshells, or you're afraid to say this or you're afraid to say that because it's going to cause a problem, or you can't go somewhere without coming home and you have to fight about it, or leave, in fact, without having to fight about it. Oh, well, that's good. I'm sure he needed to hear that shit. So, you don't want to have those types of situations, because that's just a lot of insecurity and a lot of wounding that needs to be healed. And some people are not at that level, and no matter how much you try to say it, no matter how much you explain it, it just doesn't fucking click, and it just becomes a constant thing where you feel like you're almost having to raise an adult person, and it's not your job. That was their parents' job, and if they failed at it, then that's on them, because now they have to be responsible and take accountability for their own actions and for how their life is. You can't force someone. As much as we want to help people, we can't help people. Like, I can sit here all day, I can give you advice, I can give you information, and that's the best thing I can do, is give you the guidance that I didn't have, because, that's what I would have wanted. Yeah, you see, Andrew, you can't. That shit stressful as fuck. It's exhausting, and you lose yourself. You lose who you are. You lose your happiness. You lose everything by trying to please everybody else, and then you're burnt the fuck out, and you're fucking literally depressed. I went through this, like, depressed to the point where I wasn't getting out of bed. I had to go to therapy twice a fucking week, and then they wanted to give me a shitload of medications. And that was for a series of months that went on. So you have to really check yourself and see where you're at, okay? Because they're saying that, all right, so we'll use the glasses half full situation. We're going to use that as an example, because there's people that see the glasses half full and there's people that see it as half empty. You have to decide what person you're going to be, because obviously the person that sees it as half empty is more negative, and the person that sees it as half full is more positive. So you have to take that and be like, what type of person am I? and see how you're viewing these things, you know, because if you have a positive outlook on life, then you're more likely to attract positive things. But if you look at it as a negative type of, oh, well, this is bad, this half empty, blah, 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 then you're attracting more negative to you. Yo, Andrew, I can relate with you entirely too much. It's fucked up because I know the feeling where it's like, you know, I can't be me and you don't even like who the fuck you become. And it's even worse because I'm this person that I don't even fucking like. And it kills you. Like, it slowly fucking kills you inside. Like, it's sad because you are who you are for a reason. You were made the way you were made for a reason. Not to be fucking dimmed out by somebody else who's insecure with their own shit. So just understand that we choose who we are. We choose what we want. So we can choose to see our life as, oh, I'm imprisoned here, or I'm free from this situation. You just have to choose to make the steps. You have to choose to release yourself from these things, because only we keep ourselves stuck. And a lot of it is just literally in our mindset, where we just get so stuck and so caught up in how we always have done things. And breaking those patterns are the hardest things to do. And listen, when I tell you guys, it's because I've had a difficult ass life and it took me time. It's been about 2 years that I've been going through this healing process, and it never ends. You know, you learn more stuff. Like, swear to God, they wake me up in the middle of the fucking night. So 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up and they give me messages. So sometimes I know the message and other times I don't know who they're for. Yo, facts. We'll have to get up. So the messages that I get are very strange, you know, because they gave me a memory that I probably wasn't realistically old enough to remember, but it came up, and it was in regards to my great-grandmother rejecting me because of the color of my skin. I was too dark for her, so she didn't want anything to do with me. And you don't realize that these things have an imprint in you for the rest of your life. You don't fucking see this. Like, I didn't even realize that that was something that was still inside of me until I actually had, like, I had this image of fucking Puerto Rico and this older lady sitting in a rocking chair, and I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? But they give you these things so that you can heal them. When it's time for you to heal it, they bring it up to you for you to heal that. So, you know, and like I said, you know, I didn't know. I was a baby. What the fuck am I going to do? I can't fix my color. So, you know, you have to learn how to deal with these things and heal those things, because I grew up always the only dark person around a lot of people, even in my family. So it got to a point where it was more like, why am I the only dark one? You know, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with me type of thing, you know, and you have this obscure look at yourself, and it's fucked up. You know, as you grow older, obviously, you learn to love yourself. But when you don't know that, you know, you have all these things that are imprinted in you, and they're programming you to not like yourself, to not love your complexion, to not love these things about you. And it fucks you up. Like, it really fucks you up, and you don't even realize it. So it's really important to go deep within and spend the time alone in solitude, because they're saying you need to spend this time alone to really sit with yourself and hear your ancestors speak to you and give you the messages, okay? Because believe me, people think I'm probably out of my mind sometimes, but these are the way my messages come in. They come in through my dreams or in the middle of the night, and I spend my mornings in tears. It's not nothing bad, but that's how I spend my mornings. You know, I have to release this. So you have to believe that there is magic. You have to believe that these things are possible and healing is possible, and there are better things in the world for you, because they are. And there's enough for everybody. Don't feel like there's a lack or this person got everything and I can't have this. It's not like that. We can all have everything that we want. We just have to believe that we deserve it and that we can have it. Okay, that's really what it boils down to. Thank you, Emmett. Yes, it's really important. You have to do this. Now, some of you are going to be getting some changes that are coming up, because it's coming from your soul. So if you've been going through a lot of shit recently and you've been feeling really triggered and a lot of shit's just coming up and you're just like, yo, what the fuck? It's things that need to get cleared out of your soul. That's all it is. This like right now is a lot of purging and cleansing. Like, you're probably going crazy cleaning your house, getting rid of shit. That's what's happening right now. You see, Amber, but it's fucking, you know, you'd be like, be weird. You're just like the oddball, and you're like, all right, whatever, I'm just different. It happens that way. And some of you will be getting communication. If there is something you've been waiting on that you haven't heard anything from, you're going to be getting communication. Some of you might be getting communication in regards to somebody being pregnant. Now, that's not for everybody. You know if you've been doing things unprotected and how you're how you rock out. So that's not for everybody. And for others of you, there is something that has to do with either there's some type of emotional attachment to something, or something that has to do with money that is being balanced right now. So if something hasn't been right and your money's been off, the scales are being balanced right now. And again, if this has something to do with the pregnancy, it was balancing the scales for something that whoever had done before. Okay, and now it's being balanced so that an offer can be presented, but they have anxiety about presenting this offer. They're like in a really fucking panic state of mind where they feel like a victim and they don't want to move forward. They're kind of stuck. Like they want to say it, they want to speak on it, they want to confess how they feel, but they're so fucking stuck that they're not doing it. They're not making any movement. And I got pause here. So divine timing is a big factor in this situation. So if you feel like you've been stuck and you haven't been making progress and you're like, I can't move anywhere and I'm not getting to where I need to go, there is a reason why you're here, because it came out twice right now. So divine timing is what's happening right now. So there is a reason. If certain things need to take place and need to happen before you can get to where you need to go, understand it's serving a purpose. And again, solitude came out again. You have to take this time out to meditate and raise your vibrations, because as you start raising your vibrations, you start opening yourself up to receiving the good things that are meant for you, all of your blessings. So if you're a person that likes drinking and hanging out or being around toxic people all the time, that's going to bring down your vibration, because the more we drink or the more we smoke, the more we leave our energetic field, our aura open. We lose pieces of our souls, pieces of our auras when we go through trauma, or when we start intoxicating ourselves and we let more darker energies attach themselves to us, which thus brings us down further. So you have to see what's happening with you and how that's working for you, okay? So when you do, just make sure you're doing the cleansing, make sure you're doing protections, do these things, because you'll feel the shift, okay? When you start realizing how your energy feels, you'll start noticing when people come in and they feel off, or when something, like, you'll feel it and you'll be able to clean it off. Salt baths are my favorite fucking thing. I have agua florida, sage, palo santo. I have the works. Like, I walk through my house, my whole shit be filled with sage. So just use these things for cleansing, okay? Because that's going to help you raise the vibration and also raise the vibration of your home. Now, whoever this is avoiding this conversation. They're avoiding talking. They're avoiding this because of their pride and ego. So if they're single right now, whatever it was that they were in, if they were in a relationship, they ended up with a baby, however it was, that whatever that situation was, ended up causing them a lot of pain, and it was a lesson that they needed to learn in regards to their pride and ego. So if they were very prideful and egotistical with you and treated you in a shitty way, that was the universe balancing things out so that way they can understand how they made you feel for the way that they treated you. Okay, so that's something that right now they're purging, and they're in a lot of pain right now, but they're releasing this. And I don't know if this is you or the other individual, just understand it was a lesson. Don't take it as something personal. Don't try to hold on to it and make it your life story, like, oh, this always happens, or I'm always fucked up, or this and that, because that's not what it is. It is a lesson. Before we came here, we asked these people to, like, help me to learn these lessons. And you know who you are. You know how you function. We choose, like, hey, I'm hard-headed as shit, so I'm going to have to take a harder lesson, because I know I'm not going to just get a gentle nudge and I got it. That's not me. So, and that's how it is. So it's like, I appreciate my lessons. When you learn to appreciate it, you're not so angry anymore, and you don't hold on to none of this shit, because you're like, you know what? I learned how to have boundaries. I learned how to keep people away that are not meant for me. I learned how to pay attention to my intuition when they say this is not the right person for me. And I learned to not be so nice and keep giving and giving and giving in situations that they're not reciprocating anything. These are the lessons, and sometimes we have to learn them harshly because we love and we want to keep giving and we want to keep being understanding. And you can be all of these things with boundaries. Like, once you do this, that's it. I still love you, but I'm not fucking with you. You have to have those boundaries. And some of you are being protected from this other individual right now until they go through their shit, because they're showing me a divine masculine that has this stuff going on within them right now. And again, it's a lot of inner child healing, and it's something that is keeping them bound. Now, this person might have a fake profile, or they're hiding from you. There's something going on where they can access, either they might even have access to your account. So be careful. You know, if somebody has access to your shit, change your passwords, make them harder. Don't make your password something simple that people can guess, okay? Make it something difficult, because it looks like somebody is either has access to your shit, or they have a fake social media that they're looking at your shit. Okay, so whatever happened with this divine masculine, he has a lot of regret. And I'm going to say he because it could be whoever, you know, but this person has a lot of regret. And it seems like whatever offer they wanted to make or were going to make, they let other people talk them out of it or get in their heads and stop them from making this offer to you. Okay, so they regret not making this offer, and that's what's keeping them in this fucked up place right now. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Sorry, it's fucked up. I hate when, you know, I'm like, I'm glad, but not so much. I'd be feeling bad. So however this is resonating, you know, this person feels really fucked up for the way that they treated you or whatever it was that happened, you know, because they wanted to make an offer, but they let the person, whoever, they let their friends, family, somebody talk them out of it. And now they're in their heads because whatever situation they thought was the better one, better than you, is what ended up being fucked up for them. So now they're regretting that. And they want your forgiveness. They want you to forgive them. And, you know, if you're like me, you probably would have already forgiven the situation and moved on. You know, you don't need to hold on to the toxicity, and you don't really need them to apologize to forgive somebody. You just forgive so that you don't have to. Well, thank you, and that's true, they do. I wished I could give happier messages. You know, so you forgive for yourself. You forgive to release the toxic energy, the things that you're holding on to. That's why you forgive, okay? Because the more you live in there and you replay this and you replay this, it's gonna eat you fucking alive, and there's no point to it. You know, speak what you need to speak your truth, make amends, because our lives are short. And if these are people that you really fuck with and you really care about, fucking apologize. I don't give a fuck what it was that happened. Like, apologize, you know? I have conversations with my family about shit, and they're just like, well, you know, if this person died tomorrow, how are you gonna feel? And I'm just like, if I'm being honest, I don't have that emotional attachment. I don't have the same connection or bond that you have with this individual, so I'm not gonna feel probably anything. And it sounds fucked up because it's my family, but it's like, I don't have that connection, you know? I have a stronger connection with people I just met. So, you know, you just have to look at it at what's important to you and what matters to you, and try to heal what you can heal. You know, if it's really important and it matters, make amends. Fuck what happened or however, you know, if they love you and they fuck with you, they'll forgive you. And if they don't, then fuck it. That's it. You learn something and you move on. You know, do better next time. But it looks like this person's going to be breaking free. And there's some type of compromise that's going to be coming, okay? There's going to be something that you're either going to agree to, or there's an agreement that they came to with whoever they were with. But it's something that is is going really slow right now. And it's saying to go slow because there's something that is developing and it's growing. And it looks like this person is learning how to get out of their programming, okay? However they were conditioned to behave, their beliefs, whatever it was, it looks like this person is getting out of that. But it's taking time, and again, compromise is important, because once this happens, it's like there's going to be a new wave of creativity. There's going to be a new wave of inspiration and ideas that are going to come through with this situation. So be open to these things, okay? Now, some of you, again, vision board, if you don't know what a vision board is, it's basically just a shitload of pictures that you hang up and you're like, hey, this is going to be my life one day. I don't have one because I pray all day, every day. I just be like, this is my list. This is the same shit every day. You know, that's literally, I wake up with the same routine, and that's how I start my day, with my prayers and my gratitude, and I move forward. And honestly, it takes me maybe 2 months to manifest what I want to manifest. It doesn't take me a long time because I'm consistent and I try to keep my vibration the same. So the more you do this, the faster the things you want will manifest for you. Okay. And again, I know I said this before, but synchronize with the moons, like the way the cycles are in the moon. See when you have more energy, like right now it's the full moon. See how you're feeling. And then when it starts waning and waxing, see how you feel during all of those times, because then you'll have a better idea as to, okay, well, my energy levels are up here. My sexual energy is over here during these time frames. So that way you know what's best for you and when to do the best things. Okay. That's just how it works. And some of you need to go out and connect with nature. Like I said, a lot of people, it's easier to do that than to sit at home and try to sit in Indian style and meditate, or just, you know, it's hard for me. My brain don't shut the fuck up. So it's easier for me to take a walk outside and listen to nature, because again, you have to trust your intuition. They're trying to give you messages, and they're trying to give you synchronicities. So some of you might be seeing them, some of you might actually be getting them, and others of you, you know, when I come on here, it's them giving me the messages to give to you if you're not acknowledging or you're not hearing them on your own. So that's why I just be like, okay, well, if you're here, then this is meant for you, because that's how they're like, hey, we'll get you to listen. But they're saying to pay attention, and you have to observe everything that's happening around you and feel it with your body, you know, because if we only look with our eyes can fool us. If we only listen, our ears can fool us. Hi, Janine, how are you? You know, all of these things, you have to just really pay attention, because your body will tell you what's really going on. And if you're intoxicated, or, you know, you're doing something entirely too much, you're not going to feel it. You're not going to notice it, because you're numbing what's going on. So you have to kind of bring yourself to a sober place to really feel your feelings and see how you feel around certain people, because that'll be your indicator right there. Like, I need to cut this person off. I need to cut that person off. You know, when you're able to do that, then you'll be good and you can move forward. But don't try to numb your feelings and keep yourself around the same people that you know are toxic as fuck for you. Okay, because we'll do that. Like, I can't tolerate this shit. I can't do this. I'm just gonna have a drink to kind of chill and relax, and then another drink, or smoke a blunt. And when you're doing that, then you're just numbing your fucking life away, because you can't live your life sober. You have to realize this and kind of get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna slow down a little bit just to kind of balance things out. You know, don't quit, but you can. Yeah, it is fucking freezing out here. And again, they said do a walking meditation. So maybe take a walk on the beach, take a walk through the woods, whatever it is, wherever you can just go take a walk outside, do that. And don't listen to music. Don't be texting. Just take the time out and take care of yourself, okay? Because if you're overworking and you're doing too much and putting too much of your energy into other things and other people, means you're not giving enough to yourself, and your body needs rest. Don't look at it as I'm being lazy or I'm this. You know what you need for your body, okay? These fucking society has us like, oh, you have to work 40 hours a week and then you only get 2 days to rest. And that's not how life's supposed to be, period. But that's how our culture is. You know, they have us just slaving and slaving and slaving, and you don't have anything left to give to yourself or to your family. Don't do that. Always put yourself and your family as a priority. Everything else will work itself out. Don't be stressed out about it. I promise you, because believe me, I used to be that person that was like, oh, well, I can't do this. I need this. I need that. And then when I stopped giving a fuck about money, I stopped giving a fuck about jobs. I stopped giving a fuck. There was nothing nobody could tell me, because I didn't give a fuck. And then money just appeared out of nowhere. It just kept coming and coming and coming. So I'm just like, fuck it. You know, I'm living my best life. I'm being honest with myself, and I'm doing what I feel is best for me and my family. And that's what it is. You know, when you start living like that, it's less stressful, and you start attracting the abundance that you want without even putting any effort into it. It just comes to you because you truly believe that the universe will provide for you. And that's what happens. They want you to be hopeful and believe that that's possible. We have Leo coming out here. And again, with this pride thing. So, for those of you that are really like in your ego pride space, I want you to ask yourself, where has that gotten you? You know, has it gotten you to good places? Has it brought you a lot of good things, a lot of abundance? Or has it caused you more harm? Have you lost a lot of things? Have you ended up in more problems because of your pride and ego? And see where you're at on that scale, you know, because I know my pride and ego has gotten me into some situations where I'm just like, I'm gonna have to shut the fuck up and swallow it, because if not, I'm gonna end up in jail. And that's some hard shit, because the amount of rage that you have in that very moment, you want to put it somewhere. So see where you're at on that, because when you start gauging, like, where has my ego gotten me? Where has my pride gotten me? You start realizing, like, damn, I could have avoided a lot of useless shit. I could have avoided these problems. I could be happy if I just forgave this person and moved on, instead of listening to all these other people or worried about how people are going to view me if I make this decision. So just kind of see where you're at on that, because I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times this has been more detrimental to your life than fucking helpful. All right? And for those of you that have a lot going on, where your emotions are kind of like, they're up there, and some of it just might be rage building, or you're just deeply sad and grieving, whatever it is, be careful when you're feeling like this. Do not make any decisions, and don't act out of emotion, okay? Because when you act out of emotion, you tend to regret what the fuck you just did. And that's when people end up in jail or are fucking snapped. And it's not like I didn't love him. It's I loved him so much I had to kill him. So just be careful, okay? Try to calm yourself down and really be rational. Give yourself like a week. For shit that I find that really pisses me the fuck off, I give myself a week. I'm like, you know what? In a week, if I still feel like this, then I feel like my feeling is valid, and whatever it is that I want to do is valid, because it's merited at that point. But usually by a week from now, I'm not as angry. I don't care as much about it, and it is what it is, Give yourself that time to let those feelings kind of dissolve before you make any actions that you're going to fucking regret, okay? And understanding that you are in a place that maybe what you had is no longer working for you or no longer fits your life. Understanding that you need something different in your life is growth, okay? It's not a bad thing. It's not, I'm gonna feel bad because of this. It's, I am this way. I've healed this much. I've come to this higher vibration. I've come to a higher understanding of who I am and what I need as an individual, okay? So don't look at it as something that's bad or you have to leave. Sometimes we have to sacrifice. We have to make sacrifices, okay? We're not gonna get to where we want if we keep on lugging boulders of shit and boulders of people that are like, hey, they're not ready, they're stuck, they want to be toxic, but I want to bring them. You can't do that, okay? You have to cut that shit loose and let it go, because all they're doing is holding you back and keeping you from where you're trying to go and what it is that you're meant to do with your life. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to hurt, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. It's going to fucking suck. It's life, but you have to decide, I'm worth that. If they're meant to be in your life, believe me, they will come back to you. At some fucking point in time, they will circle back around and be in your life again when they're ready and they can match your vibration. You do not want to have the toxic shit keeping you stuck for the rest of your fucking life. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Okay? Because right now you need to heal. And the fact that you're acknowledging that there's growth and things that need to change in your life is a big step, because that means you're awakened to seeing what is going on around you. You're awakened to understanding that this is toxicity and my soul does not want to be here anymore. I want to be at peace. I want to be happy. I want to just feel love. You're understanding that, and it's time for you to heal that so that you can be open to all the gifts the universe is bringing you. Okay? So again, they're saying once the healing starts taking place, you're going to have a new beginning. And for some of you, you may just be having a new baby. So congratulations. And if you don't want a new baby, then I recommend wrapping it up. So new beginnings are coming, but you have to be truthful and stand in your truth and have faith, okay? Because whatever it is that's coming to a completion right now is meant to end. It was meant to teach you. It was meant to show you. It was meant to help you or get you to where you need to go. I know sometimes we meet people and we want to keep them in our lives forever. But the reality is we can't keep people for forever, because everyone is not meant for forever. It's meant for a specific moment in time. So there's people that I've met when I was at my absolute fucking lowest and I was just this broken fucking mess. So in order for me to interact with this person, they had to be at my vibration. So that vibration, we both had a very broken fucking connection because it was very toxic. But that's how broken we were, that our vibration brought us together. Once I started healing, I disconnected from these people because my vibration no longer matched theirs. And as much as I loved them and I wanted to stay in touch with them, it just is not realistic because our vibrations are very different. And I'm not going to dumb mine down and stay down here because they don't want to rise up to where I am. I'm not doing that to myself. I'll be here. I'll pray for you. I will help guide you. I will do whatever the fuck it is that I can do for you. But I will not be stuck with you. So just look at things like that, okay? Because everyone is not for forever, but they're meant to help you. And maybe you're meant to get healing from this person. Maybe they're meant to help you find self-love, to get in codependency. These people, everyone has a specific purpose in teaching you these things when you meet them, okay? So try to see what you learned from these relationships and these situations, because I promise once you start doing that, it'll become easier to accept what happened and not hold on to the anger and the grudges and the sadness. You'll start releasing this. And for some of you, there's someone from your past, maybe someone you knew from childhood, that's coming back into your life now. And they've been showing you a lot of synchronicities, and the energy that's coming out for this is feminine energy. Okay, someone that has had a lot of healing and has a lot of unconditional love. And if this person, the person that's coming back to this feminine energy, she's not speaking to them. She's not talking to them right now, or they're not speaking to her. However it is, there's no communication happening, and it looks like there's going to be some type of unexpected visit, unexpected communication, something that is you're not waiting for is what's going to happen. So try to be prepared for anything to happen right now, because they're showing that there is some level of understanding, and it might be the understanding of what the connection is and understanding how broken and how much healing they needed to do in this relationship, because it's showing that there is going to be a lot of devotion, and someone that is in a commitment right now. It might be a long-term commitment that somebody is numbing in. So, you know, when I see numbing, I look at it as drugs, alcohol, overeating, sex, whatever your vice is. That's what I see it as. So if you've been in a long-term commitment and you're just kind of doing all this shit to just survive your relationship, I don't know. Because it looks like this person is staying with this person because they just settled and they're not happy. They're just kind of there. So whatever this is, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm having a great life. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But this third party is like, it's a barrier to what you're meant to go towards. So if you're going towards this divine feminine energy, the person that they're with or you're with right now is what's causing this blockage, because you're not happy. You're pretending to be happy, but you're not happy. You're settling right now and you're numbing. And that's what it is. That's what they're showing me, because they're showing the divine feminine has unconditional love for whoever this person is. So if you fucked her over or vice versa, there is unconditional love in this situation, you know, but you have to be able to step out of the pride and ego space to make amends, because they're showing this person has a lot of big dreams, a lot of things that they just want to have with this divine feminine energy. But it's becoming borderline obsessive. Like they've become so obsessed in having this and wanting this that once you create an attachment to this, it makes it harder for you to manifest what you want. Okay, because we have an attachment, we have an expectation, we have a specific outcome that we want, as opposed to, I just want my divine counterpart to come in to me. You know, I just want that sounded terrible. But you call in your divine counterpart, okay? And just leave it open, you know, because we don't know who our divine counterpart is. Some of us do. But you leave it open to the universe to bring you what you need, not what you want. Because sometimes what you want is that toxic motherfucker that's no good for you. And what you need is the person that's going to love you and help you heal and be your best self. And it might not be the same person, and it might not be, hey, this is what it is. You know, just be open to receiving it. Yeah, Andrew, it happens, but if you look at it like they're just there to help you or guide you or teach you, it's much easier to allow it to happen and just go with the flow of life, because when we hold on to it, that's when we start feeling really shitty about everything. So this obsession you have to refocus your energy, because it seems like it's Either they abandon you, you abandon them, or they have some deep abandonment issues, which is causing them to have this obsessive energy in regards to that, because they're showing that there is like someone that wants to come back. Like they want to come back and they're receiving the messages, but both of them, the masculine and the feminine energy, are both afraid. So that's what they're mirroring right now. Like they're both afraid of coming towards each other. So maybe they both have abandonment issues that need to get resolved, but there is nothing that's happening. And again, compromise is coming out again. So, you know I've come across people that are just so fucking stubborn and refuse to see things in a different way, in a different perspective, that it makes it hard to get anywhere. You just fucking, it's a wall, it's a wall, it's a wall, it's a wall. And no matter how much you talk, no matter how much you explain, and how much you try to help someone else understand and have a different perspective, you can't change people. If I learned anything in my fucking life, is you cannot force people to change. You cannot beg them to change. You cannot anything. If they don't want to, they're not going to. They have to choose if I'm going to operate as my lower self or my higher self. Because ultimately we all have that darkness in us. Like that crazy bitch I used to be, she's still there. But I choose to operate as my higher self. I choose to operate out of kindness and loving and compassion. That's how I choose to operate, because we always have the darkness. We can always revert back to the darkness. We just have to choose which way we want to go and how we want our life to be. What you mean, you messy Kane? So, understands, because there's no action. There's silence right now. You guys aren't talking, and maybe you guys are even at a distance. However this is, and if this is someone you've known for a long time from your childhood, it may even be a past lifetime that you may have known this individual, and it's a connection that you'll feel because it's a different type of connection. There's a compromise that needs to be made, and it's like this person is refusing to come and like meet you halfway. Like, let's say if you forgave the situation and you're like, I'm ready to move forward, they're not willing to take that step to say, I'm sorry, let's make amends, let's be friends, let's whatever. They're not willing to do that yet. So it's like they're stuck in the past, and whatever it was that happened, if they were shitty to you, or if you broke their heart, or whatever it was, if they're holding on to it and it's causing this fucking fear inside of them, that they're not moving. Like they're not fucking moving, and it's sad. It's fucking sad, because nobody should be that afraid to speak their truth. It's your truth. What are we gonna say? Okay, I don't like it, I don't want you, I reject you. That's it. That's the worst thing that can happen, And if they're not as shitty as you were, then you shouldn't even be that afraid, because more likely they're just going to be like, hey, okay, well, this happened, or, oh, well, I'm seeing somebody now, or whatever the fuck, Just go with the flow of life. And again, some of you have traveling. You might be traveling soon, or you need to go travel, because they're showing if you allow life to happen, and maybe while you're traveling, there's going to be some type of success that you're going to come across while you're there. So you might meet somebody, maybe this person will come and travel to visit you, however it is, but there's going to be some type of success, and you have to be childlike in the situation. You have to be joyous. You have to just allow things to happen, okay? Go into it with the curiosity that a child would have. Don't have the attachments, don't have the expectations, just allow it to be what it is, okay? Because when you allow that, everything flows freely, okay? And let go. Again, the attachments, it really fucks us up, because that's what hurts our feelings, is we get attached to people, or we want them to stay, or we have an expectation of people that they probably will never be able to live up to or meet. Allow people to be who they are, and allow them to show you who they are and what they want. Don't attach things to it, because it just complicates things and causes us to be a little bit more obscured in what we want, okay? Because once you start tuning in, your ancestors are there. Like, they're just showing me, like, ancestors wanting to talk to you. Like, they're just there waiting for you, and they're talking and talking and talking. But if you have all this noise, you can't hear them. You can't get the messages. That's why, for me, they wake me up in the middle of the night, because it's quiet. My house is quiet. The kids are sleeping. Everybody outside is probably sleeping, so I can hear everything. So some of you, that might be it if you're waking up at nighttime and they come to me in my dreams. I don't know why or how. And I know I've reached out to some of you in regards to the dreams that I've had with you. And some of this shit sounds crazy to me. When I have the dreams, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why? And some of you I know, some of you I don't know. So don't take it as I'm trying to do anything. It's just I'm relating a message that they feel that you need to hear. And this is how I go about doing it. So, you know, it is what it is, but you get the messages. Just pay attention. And some of you need to journal your dreams, okay? If you don't do it, if you're not in the habit of it, literally, like as soon as you open your eyes, start writing it down, because that's when you're going to remember most of the dream. And even if it doesn't make sense, excuse me, write it down. Because I had situations where I wrote my dreams down, and it wasn't until about 2 months later that I seen things from my dream, and I'm like, I remember this. And I went back to my dream and I read it, and I was like, this is exactly what the fucking situation was. So they're showing me what's going to happen in the future. So write down your dreams, because you don't know what messages are needed for you. And some of you need to get Reiki done. It's a form of energy healing if you never had Reiki done, but some of you need to get Reiki done, okay? And again, they want you to stand in your truth and be compassionate in whatever is going on, whatever situation you're dealing with. Try to be fair and try to treat people as you want to be treated. You know, everything is not always going to be perfect, and it's not always going to be ideal, because Spirit has a different plan for us sometimes than what we have for ourselves. Just stand in your truth, because as long as you're being honest and you're being truthful, it'll always work out for the best. And again, they're saying you need to take a time out from whatever it is that you're doing, rather than working and fighting for whatever it is you're going towards, okay? And they want you to believe that you have what you need to make it through this, okay? So if you feel like you're down and out, this will be the time to call in your ancestors. This is the time to call in and be like, hey, I need your help. I need your guidance. Pray to them, call to them, okay? Because they're there, they're waiting, but they can't intervene. This is free will. This is your life. You do what you want. So if you need the guidance, ask for the guidance, okay? Whatever it is that you need, ask them, because they're there and they will do their best to provide it. You just have to give them the space to do it. And you can't just be like, I want all of these things and I need it to happen by tomorrow at 4 p.m. because they're going to be like, what the fuck? And be like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So get that out your head. You know, just kind of leave spirit room to work. And real simple shit. Some of you might be making a meal, or some of you might need to make your own meals or start cooking at home and not eat out so much, because really a lot of that shit is fucking poison. It just is. They put so much shit in there. Half that shit isn't even real fucking food. So maybe start cooking at home, start eating more organic shit. It'll be better for your health, I promise. Okay, but that's what they're saying some of you need to do. Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. That shit is, it's a pain in the ass, man. And again, I already touched on the journaling of your dreams. And again, you guys have to really sit still, be still, allow. And again, with the break, I've been getting this the past few readings, so some of y'all really need to take a fucking time out, okay? Go on vacation, even if it's a weekend, the fucking hotel stay, whatever it is, but disconnect from everybody else, so that way you have time to yourself and you can focus on what you need. And understand that all of your power comes from spirit, okay? So if you're at this point where you're like, I have nothing left, I don't have the energy, I don't have the time, whatever it is that you feel you're lacking, they will give it to you. Believe me, because there's days where I'm just like, Mom, I need your energy today, because my mom was fucking meticulous as fuck. She was like a little Speedy Gonzalez when it came to cleaning. Like, she just, the house would be spotless in like an hour. So I'd be like, Mom, I need your energy. I need this, I need that. And, you know, I get the energy. They give me what I need, because there's days where, you know, you don't have it. You just don't fucking have it. You're tired. Life sucks. You're just like, fuck this shit. Pray to them. Call to them. They're there. They're waiting to guide you. They're waiting to give you what it is that you need. Just do it, okay? And take care of yourself. You have to take care of your body, because I don't give a fuck what job you have, where you're working at. If you're the fucking CEO of the whole damn company, none of those places give a fuck about you. To them, you are replaceable. If you drop dead today, believe me, they will have your spot filled within a fucking week with somebody else. They don't care about you. You have to care about you. You have to put your life above any and everything else and say, no, this is more important than that. And if you can't understand that, then this is not the place for me, okay? Because when you start saying no to things, you'll see how quickly you end up finding the places that are meant for you and what's right for you. But if you keep settling for everything, Just because you're afraid or you don't think it's going to work out or you're not going to get what you need, you're going to be miserable and your life is not going to work out the way you want it to. Believe me, start saying no. Start standing in your truth, stand in your power, and you'll see how quickly your life starts shifting into what you want it to be. All right? You just have to stand up for yourself, because if you're showing the universe, I don't care about myself, I will let people walk all over me, I will stay at this job that fucking works me to death, the universe is going to keep sending that shitty shit to you, okay? They're going to keep sending it to you. You have to show the universe, no, I love me. I am a priority. This is what's important. And believe me, there are places out there that will prioritize you the way you prioritize you. They'll be flexible the same way you need the flexibility. There's jobs, there's places, there's people, there's whatever it is that you're looking for, you will find it. But you have to love you and show yourself what it is that you're looking for so that it comes to you, okay? Those are the messages for you for today. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. And I will be back on here tomorrow. I hope these messages resonate or they help you to deal with whatever it is you have going on right now. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.